Well, kia ora and welcome into the Harness Half Hour, proudly brought to you by HRNZ Marketing. I'm Jess Smith, and this week on the show we talk to Robbie Hughes, trainer of the Te Awamutu Cup winner Red Magic, also Rennie, president of the Amberley Trotting Club, who announces some awesome rewards for breeders, owners and trainers at their meeting, Jess Young, winning driver of the Marlborough Cup, Cleland, president of the Gore Harness Racing Club, and we also have James Renshaw stepping in for the bookmaker update. But first, here are the headlines. The Fixer won the Ballarat Cup on Saturday night in brilliant fashion. The win gave the Purdon Rasmussen team 4 Ballarat Cup wins in a row. Well done to the team. Another masterpiece flew the Kiwi flag with pride on Saturday night when winning his Victoria Derby heat. He's currently the second favourite pre-barrier draw for the final. Saturday afternoon saw the running of the 2019 Te Awamutu Grass Cup at Waipa. It was won by 7-year-old flashing red gelding Red Magic for Kyle Marshall and trainer Robbie Hughes. We'll speak to Robbie on the show today to find out what he thought about the win. Following on from a win in the Prelude, Sunday's Marlborough Cup was taken out by Cosina Maria. The 6-year-old Art Major mare was driven by Jess Young for Paul Young and has now won 9 of her 51 career starts. We'll interview Jess Young on the podcast today too and find out why the win was so special to her. And nominations for the New Zealand Derby close on Wednesday at 3 p.m. That is, of course, the 23rd of January. For more information, please contact Addington Raceway. Well, as part of the podcast, we like to highlight the country cups around the region, and of course Saturday saw the Te Awamutu Grass Cup taken out by Red Magic and trainer of the horses Robbie Hughes. Robbie, congratulations on the win.
Cheers for that, Jess. Yeah, no, it's always good to win, obviously, and to win a cup. It's not the New Zealand Cup, but to our owners and ourselves, it's the next best thing.
Oh, most certainly, and having a look back at the horse, it appears that you trained the dam as well, so you've got quite a connection.
Yeah, the mare, the guy that actually, Derek Watt and his brother Peter and Helen that own Red Magic, saw the Just Magic for sale in the Harness Weekly, and Doug Garland trained it, but it had a bit of a wind problem, so we actually ended up buying her as a brood mare, but we tried her, gave her a couple of starts, and she ran fifth one start, I think it was, and then the next start she went again in the wind, so we obviously put her straight to stud.
Okay, and in terms of being able to have a cup winner out of her and Red Magic, that must make it even more special for you and the connections.
Oh, definitely. They were pretty much at that stage when they had Just Magic. They were relatively, they're actually next door neighbours of ours, and they were relative newcomers to the game. And they've had a lot of luck since. But to breed a horse like Red Magic, I mean, he hasn't got the best pedigree up close. So he's out of an Island Fantasy mare with a bit of Water Baron thrown in and some pretty average stallions there. And it goes back to Sandy Yarnley's breed, Ilva Collar, and those ones. So Burgundy Lass. So there's a bit of good blood way back. But I think if you had been going to the sales, you would have just turned the page. So he's proving us, winning 7 races is a pretty good effort by with his breeding.
Oh, exactly, and I guess the main message too, Robbie, is the fact that a good horse can come from anywhere, and it gives everyone hope in this game that a dream can come true with any horse.
Oh, sure, yeah, and it's the old motto: you got to try them all to get something good, or hopefully good. And we had a young girl working for us at the time, and she was actually looking after the horses for the Watts, and she said, I think we're going to have to try this horse. He's a lovely horse. And so we did. Jan Gillies, the girl, was. And, and it's worked out good for everybody.
Fantastic. And has the mare left anything else, or do they have anything else coming through the grades with her?
With that, well, she's now working at the Oak Stud, gone to the Thoroughbreds. But, yes, they've got... they've been really, really lucky. They had a little horse called Tassie's Devil, Lindini's Sunshine. They had a couple with Gavin Smith that won races that have been sold to Australia. And they had the first horse they got was a horse called Strassman, who Steve Edge had down, not Steve, the guy that's got the greyhound, Steve, his name escapes me now. And Strassman came up, Colin DeFilippi jacked it up for us, and their first horse was a winner. And then they've just sort of carried on that. They've been very, very lucky.
Oh, definitely, and good on them too, and congratulations on that win, as I say, in that Grass Cup, and must be special given that you're based in Pukekura and training there to be able to pick up a country cup in the Bay of Plenty Waikato region.
Oh yes, definitely, and it's the way the game's going. I mean, it's with the Mazara report trying to get rid of the grass tracks or some of the grass tracks. It's just so much more relaxed atmosphere. Tiara and Te Awamutu the other day, Rotorua coming up, Otaki and that. You just have more time than you do at the night trots to get out and sort of talk to people. And, yeah, it's a far different atmosphere, and I think there's a hell of a lot of room for it still. And let's hope that the powers to be don't close a whole lot. I'm a firm believer if you're trying to sell a product, you don't take it away from the people, you take it to the people, and that's what we've got to do.
Most certainly. And with Red Magic, will you head off to Rotorua? Will that be the next target?
Yeah, Rotorua. We'll be getting down there on Sunday. We may have to have a change of driver because Kyle's got one of his own, and Kyle Marshall. So, yeah, we'll just sort of see what happens when the final fields come out. But, Kyle has been doing a great job with him. He's been filling in for Ben Butcher. But Ben's going to be sidelined for quite some time, apparently. So, at this stage, we're probably looking at Todd Mitchell and see how we go from there.
Oh, great. Well, I'm sure plenty of people will follow Red Magic, especially after the weekend's performance. And how many horses are you working at the moment there, Robbie?
We're only working 5, Jess, at the moment. We've never had a lot more than that. We only usually about 5 or 6. So it's a bit of a team effort. My wife, Jenny, who works for Garrard, she drives fast work, and obviously I do too. And we've got an old guy, Brian Dobbs, who's just turned 80. He comes out every morning, mucks out and does the waters and all that sort of stuff. So it's a real family affair, so to speak.
Oh, great. And I guess, having an involvement like that will keep him pretty active and interested in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's got shares in 2 or 3 of the horses with us, and, he's like a Swiss watch. He turns up at 6:15 every morning and does the jobs that I don't like doing.
Well, it sounds like you've landed on your feet in terms of the help there.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay, and just before we do finish, Robbie, of course, winning the Te Awamutu Cup would have been a highlight on Saturday, but in your involvement in harness racing, I think you've trained 113 winners now. What would you say have been the highlights for you so far?
Oh, I think just being involved and, you say 113 winners, whatever it is, I like to think that we've made more than 113 friends. I think making friends and is a lot more important than, well, not obviously much as important, but training winners is obviously what you try to do. But we really enjoy the social side, and we've made a hell of a lot of friends. And, she's a great game to be involved in, and it's great at Cambridge at the moment with David Brunch and the gang there. They're so positive, and people like yourself. I think the game is going to come back to where we were 20 years ago with the help of people like yourself that are positive. So keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you very much, and to you too, giving the likes of the Watt family the thrills and having them being relative newcomers and joining you in the team with the mare. So I think you've played a big part in opening that dream for people. So well done, and good luck at Rotorua. We'll all be following Red Magic with great interest.
Let's hope the other horses are following him across the line.
Good on you, Robbie. Well done.
Okay, mate.
And in social media news this week, starting off with New Zealand, on the HRNZ socials you can find out life after racing news. The latest on that, the Anything But Standard Challenge was held in Christchurch over the weekend, and that features on the HRNZ social, so find out more there. And also on their Facebook page, the Anything But Standard Challenge. The yearling sales are coming up in February, not far away from those. Be sure to follow the farms on Twitter for more information about their draft. Those farms, of course, including Brecon Farms, Ultimate Breeding and the New Zealand Standardbred Breeders Association. From Australia, you can find out more about their feature racing, including the Ballarat Cup and the Victoria Derby heats. For more info, follow Fred Hastings and, of course, Adam Hamilton. And from the US and Canada, it's breeding season up there, foaling time, and you can see the latest foal photos from the new stallions to keep up to date on how they're looking. Follow some of the major farms on Facebook and also Twitter, with Winback Farm and Diamond Creek Farm being the two majors of note. Well, it's a pleasure to welcome onto the Harness Half Hour this week President of the Amberley Trotting Club in Rennie. Ross, welcome on board to the show, and it looks as though you guys have been really working hard to make this an amazing race day this year.
Yeah, g'day Jess. Yeah, great to be on, and yeah, look, I'm really lucky to have a really hard-working committee, and every year they pull out all the stops to make sure we have a really good day, and I think this year will be no exception.
Okay, so traditionally held on Waitangi Day, so this year it's Wednesday, February 6th, of course, and on the grass track there, historically you do get a good turnout for this.
Yeah, we do, Jess. Just the last couple of years we've been not so lucky with the weather. We're a wee bit inclement, but we're due for a good one this year. So, yeah, because it falls on a Wednesday, it's almost ideal because with the way work is, I think a lot of people will probably stay at home, look for something to do. So that is the way to go. Come out to Rangiora. We will make sure we'll look after you. Once you get in those gates, you will have an absolutely fun-filled packed day.
And you guys have a really awesome prize up for grabs in terms of losing tickets, and a great way to promote ownership as well. You've had Trent Yersberg and also Graham Harris come on board with you.
Yeah, look, it's been really good, and we're really grateful to both Graham and Trent. And yeah, it's just a wonderful thing to have their horse Airpark Flyer, who will be one of the runners in the Amberley Cup this year, and the Rangiora Equine Service Amberley Cup. And yeah, so we've got this promotion where on the day you very possible could become a honorary part owner of the horse on the day. Yeah, which will be a fantastic thing for anyone who wins that. So it's an easy one to do. All you've got to do on the day is just basically have a bet of to the value of $10. So that can be a box quinella, it can be a 5 each way, it can be a tenner win, tenner place, just whatever it is. If you win, fantastic, go and collect the money. If you don't, you can put the ticket in the specially marked barrel in the birdcage and before race 6. And then straight after race 6 we will draw the winner. Whoever is the lucky person who successfully wins the prize will be taken on a tour around to the stables, meet Graham, meet Trent, and also most importantly meet the horse, Airpark Flyer. And then we'll take you back. We'll watch the race in the stand, in the member stand, with Graham, Trent, possibly myself as well. The club will put 50 each way on the horse for you, so you'll have a 50 each way bet on Airpark Flyer. And then, regardless of what happens, we will get you we'll get AJ to get a photo of you with the horse after the race. So it'll be a little bit of a memory for the day. And then we will, as a club, we'll look after you for the rest of the afternoon in our sponsors tent. So, fantastic prize, and yeah, no, we really keenly sought after, I think.
Oh, absolutely, and it's just it sounds like it's a lot of hard work, but it's actually something really, really simple, and it's a great way to get people on the fringe of harness racing invested in the sport, isn't it? Absolutely,
and as I say, we're very fortunate to have someone like a horse like Airpark Flyer, who's one of the up-and-comer medium grade paces in Canterbury in the last few months. He's really been putting his foot in the till. Even yesterday, I know he ran 8th yesterday in the Blenheim Cup, but he was off 30, and it's a pretty fair run. And he's been away since Reefton, so I had a wee bit of a break. So that run will do him the world of good. And I know they're aiming him for Amberley, so Trent will have him on song. And as I say, whoever gets the horse on the day will have an absolute real chance of winning the Amberley Cup with this horse.
Awesome, and well done to you and the team for putting this together. But there are a number of other things going on. Of course, it is part of Team Teal, so the ladies, the female drivers, will have their teal pants on as part of that cause for the Women's Cancer Foundation and ovarian cancer awareness. But you also have some very special guests on course, Ross.
Yes, we do, Jess. We do this year, and we're a bit lucky in the fact that it's my niece. I'm a lucky uncle. Yeah, so this year we've got from the football ferns, the under-17 football ferns who competed in Uruguay back in November.
in the Women's World Cup, and they went, as you would have seen on the news coverage, they went absolutely way above their weight, and ended up finishing third with the bronze medal. History-making event for both men and women in New Zealand football. So, and we're lucky enough to secure the services of Gabby Rennie and Macy Fraser, and they'll be on course for about 3 or 4 hours on the day, probably from about 2 p.m. onwards. And we'll have them. They'll be in their Football Ferns gear. That will Dean Lester, who's our on-course MC, will have a bit of an interview with them, and we'll also be giving away half a dozen signed footballs signed by Gabby and Macy throughout the day. So, look, something different. As I say, history making from those girls and from the whole team, obviously, and just an opportunity for people to come out and meet and greet them. So it should be good.
Oh, absolutely, and football is such a strong sport in New Zealand now. I'm sure there'll be a lot of kids who would be really thrilled to be able to meet these girls as well. So great to have them there. Of course, it is a family atmosphere. You've got a lot going on as usual for the kids, so pony rides, bouncy castles and children's entertainment, which is always good, along with the Kids Go Racing packs. But I see you guys are really keen to give back to the trainers, breeders, connections. You've got a number of things going on for them.
Yeah, we have Jess, and so we're one of only 3 clubs in the country, which is a little bit disappointing. I'd love to, if I leave any legacy in this game, I'd love to have the Breeders' Bonus spread right out amongst all the clubs in Canterbury. All the clubs in New Zealand. But as I say, we're one of the 3 that do the Breeders' Bonus, so we give a $500 Breeders' Bonus back to the breeders of every winner on the day, which is fantastic for them. We also have a really good range of trophies to go along with the high stake money that we run on the day as well. And Garrett's and International Horse Products have come on board, and they've been with us for the last 3 or 4 years now, and they do a prize pack for a random draw for trainers in every race, and then do a major prize pack for all the trainers on the day, for one lucky trainer on the day. And then also this year, once again, generosity of Graham Harris, he's come on board, and yes, all the winning trainers, will receive a up to 5-day car park at Air Park Canterbury, and included in that little pack will be a business class car wash. So if you're taking your horse, you're off to Auckland, you're off to Invercargill, wherever you're going, leave your car there. Graham will look after it, the team will look after it. They'll wash the car, you'll come back, and it's a fantastic prize. That prize alone is worth about $150 each package. So, it's fantastic to have them on board too. So, plenty of get to give away. We've also got the New Zealand Cup photo we give away every year. That's for anyone on course. Once again, it's done with a losing ticket promotion. So, that's always well sought after too. It can be a prize thing to have hanging on your house. So, plenty for everybody, and lots to do and lots to win.
Oh, kudos to you and the team for looking after all connections, owners, trainers, breeders, and the hardworking people, of course, behind the scenes. And I guess the big message is if you've got a horse and you're wanting to get it in at Amberley, there's multiple opportunities to be rewarded, but also if you're in the vicinity of Rangiora on Waitangi Day, head along. And there are some marquee packages and car park packages as well, Ross?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, there is. So we do the car park packages, which are on the west side of the racecourse, if you know Rangiora, and which is on the Lehman's Road side. So they're quite good. They're we call them gold, silver, bronze. So $100 for the gold ones, $75 for the silver, and $50 for the bronze. They're all 6x3s. Obviously, the dearer ones you get are close to the winning post, but they're all very good very good parks, and you get a really close-up bit of action for the with the racing. That's that side, and then on the other side, which we call the Amberley Hill, which is on the Westbelt Road side, we have our marquees up there. So that's where we put our sponsors tent, but also the public can purchase a catered or uncatered marquee, or even a gazebo site, so they can just put a site there, put their own gazebo up, and it's a really great, with the wee hill atmosphere up there, you're really close to everything that's happening on the day, and gives you a great view of the whole track, the races and everything. So, just a nice special place to be as well. So we can anyone can get in touch with Warwick Duke, who's on our club, who will look after that, and they can get in touch with him on 03 313 6849, or they can go to his email, which is duke.w@extra.co.nz. or all those details as well are on our own Amberley Trotting Club website, which is www.amberleytrottingclub.co.nz. So yeah, I urge you to go along, have a look at those sites, have a look, ring Warwick, and book on the site. Be well worth it.
I think you've even talked me into it, Ross. You've done such a good job selling that. And, of course, Facebook. Don't forget to like the Amberley Trotting Club page too for the latest updates. Ross, I've said it multiple times, but well done to you guys being proactive and getting this on board. And I'm sure you're going to have a hugely successful race day on Waitangi Day.
Yeah, thank you, Jess. And, thanks for your support. And, look, let's hope we will have a great day, and we're going to strive to keep this happening for year in and year out. And look, just come along. I guarantee you'll come in the gate. You will not go home unhappy. You will have a great day for you and the kids and all the family.
Well, as we highlight the country cups throughout the season, of course, the Marlborough Cup for the summer was held on Sunday at Waterloo Racecourse, and it was taken out by Cleland Maria, and Jess Young was the driver for trainer Paul Young. Jess, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a big thrill.
I'd imagine it would be. Do you, does winning a grass track cup in front of a crowd like that, does that elevate the status of it for you?
Oh, I've always had a thing for country cups and trying to win them, because back when I drove Roxy Bromack, she was never quite good enough to catch one. So now that I've actually got a horse with a wee bit more ability, it's definitely a goal to win as many of them as I can.
Oh, exactly. And it was also really great to be able to pick up the Prelude as well, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, we didn't expect much the first day because she'd had a couple of months off, and she's a horse that really needs the racing to be ready. And we couldn't get a race into her before then, so Dad just said, you're going to have to just, she'll be better the second day anyway if she travels.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess that's another element as well, to be able to win a race like that for your dad.
Oh, yeah, it's always, nothing against winning for anyone else, but it's extra special winning it for the family.
Oh, great. And, of course, she's been pretty consistent in her career, Cleland Maria, and will you trek on through the local country cups now, or what are the plans for her?
Well, we're not too sure what we're going to do, because she's rated quite high now, and it's quite hard off the big back mark, and the rating system probably doesn't suit a horse like her, because she's not really an Addington horse, or if we did go to Addington she'd have to race cup horses, and she's not quite that good. So I think we're just still deciding what we do from here. This is her last season anyway. Once the grass tracks are finished, she was going to be put out, and then we'll put her in foal. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do yet.
Well, I'd imagine there'll be a few stud farms trying to tempt you with the stallion. Have you given any thought as to who she might go to?
We actually haven't found anything yet. We sort of looked. We were trying to get some clues from Carpenter's daughter, because, of course, she's a three-quarter sister. And we wanted to see how, because I've sent her to Betters and Mac 3, and we wanted to see how they sort of went. And Gibson Girl goes quite good. But Dad has a wee program on his computer with the cross-ups and stuff like that. So he's very into his breeding, so he likes to find something with good cross-ups, but we haven't quite found the perfect match yet.
Oh, well, and imagine following this, you might get a few phone calls from stud farms, so there might be a bit of a battle there for Cleland Maria. Of course, 9 wins from just 51 starts, so a great career. And in terms of your driving career, Jess, it's now 84 wins, and what would you say have been some of the highlights for you?
Oh, probably number one is the group race with Quick as a Trick, and driving him was it was just lovely from Bruce to give me those drives, and I won the Green Mile with him, and I've won, the Darren de Philippi was pretty big for Andrew Fawkes. I've sort of had that good association with Andrew and Bruce, and then Green Mile with Franco Texas as well, back to back. And yeah, I still had my wee favourite was Roxy, because she was the sort of one that put me out there and made me look quite good, and I got a few extra drives from the way that she used to make me look. So she probably was a good stepping stone to what I ended up with.
It's I guess a case of many different levels in terms of how much they mean to you, these races.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, I still remember every single race that I've won and where I was in the running, I can go through them all in my mind. It's not like even a main race at Forbury can be just as good as something at Addington or Cup Day like with Sunderland Flyer last year. So yeah, they're all special to me.
Oh, definitely. And it is so nice that they all mean so much. And as you say, the support from various people in the industry. And would you say you've got any goals? I notice you've got a licence to train now, Jess. So is that maybe a path that you'll go down in future?
Yeah, so I just sort of work part-time for Bruce, and I do a bit in the pharmacy 3 days a week. And I have a trotter going around at the moment. I've taken her to a learner's heat a couple of weeks ago, and she went quite good. So I just pot around with a couple. I'm not got aspirations on being some big trainer, but I just like to breed my own and race them and then drive them myself. That would be, if I can maintain enough money to do that sort of thing, I'd be pretty happy.
Well, winning a country cup like the Marlborough Cup will go a little way towards that, Jess. Well done on the success, and here's hoping Cleland Maria can pick up at least one more win before she goes off to be a broodmare.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to get 10, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'll take the 9 as they are.
Good on you, and all the best going forward, Jess. Well done.
Thank you.
We're heading to the deep south now, and Ross Cleland is the president of the Gore Harness Racing Club. And Ross, thank you very much for your time, and I'd imagine you and the committee are frantically getting ready for your grass meeting on the 9th of Feb.
Yeah, we are, Jess. We've got the Gore Gallops on this week, so we can't do much to the track until that's all finished, and then we busily start putting pylons in and get ready for that.
Oh, fantastic. And of course, the feature of the meeting is the Gore Grass Cup, which I imagine many people will be keen to get their hands on.
Yeah, the Gore Grass Track Cup. It's been running for about the last 4 years, ever since we went to the grass for this particular meeting. It's very sought after, and a couple of the locals have already won it. They all like it. Hopefully we'll get some Canterbury visitors to come down.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. And of course, grass track racing, you recently had Cromwell down there as well, Ross, but I'd imagine it's not an everyday occurrence to have the opportunity to race in a grass track cup.
No, well, this is the only grass track meeting in Southland. Like Cromwell's obviously in Otago. Invercargill had a meeting last year, but I think they're discontinuing it this year. So we're the only ones running a grass track meeting down here, and it's very popular. We run a workout on the grass the week before, probably the 2nd or the 3rd. They all come from all around to have a go on the grass and see if the horse is suited by it.
Fantastic. And of course, I see you've got a junior driver race on the card too, which is always great for clubs to be able to support the next generation of driver.
Oh, definitely, yep. We've had a lot of success this year, me in particular, with Sid Breen. Like, we've won 5 penalty-free races, and Mark Horrell's been on 4 of them. So those penalty-free races are very, very important for everybody nowadays with the way the rating system is.
Oh, absolutely. And harking back to the committee and this grass track meeting, I'd imagine you'd be expecting a good crowd on course too, given that it's such a unique type of grass track meeting for Southland.
Yeah, we do get a good crowd. It's all typical Southland, all weather dependent, but I'm sure we're going to get a good day and we'll get a big crowd.
And nice to see too, once again, you and your team, you're supporting Team Teal and Ovarian Cancer Foundation's support for research as well. Yeah, well, that's really a no-brainer. That's a very good cause, and we're only too pleased to support it as much as we can. Fantastic. And Ross, in terms of your involvement with the committee and the club, how long have you been on board with them? I've been on the committee for about 4.5 years, but it's like any committee. We start running out of new people coming in, and I sort of got fast-tracked on to vice president the second year I was on, and now I'm president. So, yeah, we're still looking for younger people to come on committees like every club in New Zealand, I think. It's a hard slog. Oh, absolutely. And I guess this is a great opportunity to put the word out there that if you are a young person, not necessarily involved in harness racing, maybe someone knows a young person that's briefly connected to the industry but might have a few ideas around marketing and things like that, that their time is always appreciated, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, fresh ideas. The young ones seem to know the modern technology and what have you, and, just getting onto things like Facebook and things like that is something that the older generation just aren't that good at doing.
Okay, well, the word is out there now. If you are in Southern and want to help out with the Gore Committee, then you are always welcome. And Ross, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure it's going to be superb weather and you're going to have another great turnout on the 9th of February.
Yeah, I hope so, Jess. We put a lot of time and effort into this meeting, so all the support would be much appreciated.
Well, Richard Wilson is still sunning himself in Southland on holidays, so kindly James Renshaw has joined us again, and he's doing it on his morning off as well, which we do appreciate. James, thanks for stepping up, and what was the last 7 or so days like for your team?
Oh, another tough week for the boys. We're really missing Richard. He's back on Thursday for Cambridge, so I think he'll get a standing applause when he walks in because we have been missing him.
Oh, good. Well, what kind of punishment have you guys had?
Oh, well, I'll start with Timaru on Wednesday. A tough day all round for us. Not many big bets to report on, but direct control for the pool court team in race 7. We took numerous smaller bets there, and one big one, 3,500 at 260. So they came hard at that certain race and got the chockies there. Wyndham on Thursday, there was a horse in race 8, Full Noise. It opened a short price favourite, but that didn't deter the punters there. We took 6K at $1.70 and 4K also at $1.70, which I think we ended up closing at $1.55 there, and was aided by a nice Brent Barclay drive. So they came in that race as well and took the money off us. And also that day was a really tough day. A lot of smaller bets in every race. It didn't feel like we made money in one race there at Wyndham on Thursday. And the same at Marlborough on Friday. Not too many big bets to report. We actually took, the biggest bet we took there was 3K a place on a horse called Karina Lee, one of my favourite horses, actually. I love that name, and that strolled in for third, so that punter was rejoicing there in the 6th race. At the night meeting at Alex Park, money just kept coming for a horse called Chevron Supreme in the 7th race, right from opening, 4K at $2.30 and another 5,000 at $2 there, and we would have taken over 500 single bets on Chevron Supreme, so that wrecked the day there. And also Better Start Dreaming in the 5th race was another horse that punters loved, 3K at $3.20, and a lot of smaller bets there as well, which really hurt our day there on Friday. No profit for the bookies. Saturday at Waikato was a quiet day on the grass there. There weren't many big bets to report, or none actually, but still another good day for the punters there. There wasn't much profit in the bookies' bag on Saturday. And Marlborough on Sunday, we're glad Marlborough's over because that was a terrible 2 days for us. The biggest bet of the week, 15K on Chiller Bay at $2.60. That romped home under the services of, I think, Blair Orange there. That was a terrible result for us in the 8th race. The Cup race 9, I think it was, Clisina Maria, punters probably thought, the bookies have got one back here, but we certainly didn't. It was very well supported. And the biggest bet there we took was $1,000 at 9, so yet another poor result there. And to wrap it all up, earlier on the card we had Anna Major, horse from the John Dunn stable, 6K at $1.80, and that romped home as well. So yet another poor week for us bookies. And as I said earlier, Richard Wilson will be welcomed with open arms when he rocks in on Thursday night.
Well, it's a good thing he's had plenty of downtime because it sounds as like he's in for a hard time when he gets back. James, thank you so much. And as I say, stepping up for us for the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate it. And hopefully those wounds heal pretty quickly for your team.
I hope they do. I'll be giving Richard a big hug on Thursday and saying thanks for coming back. And I'm sure after next week as well, he'll probably be thinking a holiday might be a good idea again. So hopefully he hasn't got too much leave.
Exactly. Well, good on you, James. You have a break too. It sounds like you need one.
Oh, I definitely do. I need to get away from it for a while. The punters are just, to use an old cricketing term, seeing it like beach balls at the moment. So, yeah, a week away would do me the world of good as well, I think.
Oh, good on you, James. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you.
No worries, Jess. Thanks.
And in what's coming up this week, racing-wise, Thursday night we have the Waikato Bay of Plenty in action, including the Group 2 JLT Futurity. Very much looking forward to that. Friday night, Addington return for 2019. Saturday, Invercargill Cup Day at Ascot Park. If you're in Southland, don't miss that. Sunday, Waikato Bay of Plenty will race at Rotorua, and of course Banks Peninsula Summer Meeting will be held at Motu Karara. So 2 grass track meetings, one in the north, one in the south. And that is it for this week's Harness Half Hour. Thanks to HRNZ Marketing. Don't forget the Harness Half Hour podcast is now available on the Punters Lounge, which is on tab.co.nz, through Spotify and also iTunes.